So guys, welcome back to another video. In this one today, we're going to be looking at some potential flashback cards that we could be seeing at some point in FIFA 20 Ultimate Team. Now, if you somehow missed it yesterday, EA released the first flashback item of the year. It was an 85 rated Theo Walcott. So the flashback releases have now begun, and I'm sure we're going to see plenty of these nicely designed blue items throughout the next few months of Ultimate Team, and that's something I'm quite excited about because these cards are awesome. They're just really good to see in Ultimate Team, and yeah, flashback cards always do come with a bit of hype. So, before we get into things, I want to hear from you guys. In the comments below, let me know what players you'd like to see get a flashback item in FIFA 20. Also, let me know what rating you think that player could potentially be. If you could leave a like rating on the video, that would be greatly appreciated like always. And of course, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give that notification bell a click as well. And that way you'll be notified every time I do indeed upload. Now, I have already uploaded a flashback predictions video, so feel free to go check that out once you've watched this one. This one is technically a part 2 because there are so many players who could potentially get flashback items in FIFA 20. I obviously can't fit them all into one video. Well, I could, but the video would end up being obviously an hour or two long. Another thing to quickly mention is just ignore the stats on the players that we're going to talk about today. The stats are pretty much just placeholders. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to predict what card stats these players are going to have, especially because we don't know when these cards are going to be released. For example, if I predicted the stats for a player now, maybe in like a month or two they could have a few informs, and by the time they get the flashback will be boosted a bit more than them two informs. I hope that makes sense. Right then, let's get into this video. The first player we're going to talk about is Ramsey. Now, obviously this guy is playing regularly for Juventus at the minute, so it is possible that he could pick up some informs or some other special cards throughout the year. But if he doesn't, it would be good to see EA drop a flashback version of him at some point. Ramsey in FIFA 20 is very useful for linking players like Ronaldo and Bale together, and a boosted version of him would be great to see in FIFA in my opinion. Piszczek in recent FIFAs has seen his pace decline over time, and each year he gets slower, and the slower he gets, the less and less he is used in Ultimate Team. Piszczek's actually had some really solid right back cards over the past few years of Ultimate Team, and it would be great to see him get a flashback item that has some decent pace on it. Would you guys use Piszczek's flashback item if you got one in FIFA 20? I think a lot of you would if you run a Bundesliga side. Fellaini is the next player we're going to talk about, and come on, just admit it, you would like to see a flashback Fellaini in FIFA, right? I know this guy wouldn't be the easiest to fit into squads, but this card could potentially be pretty freaking awesome. It would be a really good midfield super sub. Back in FIFA 13, his Team of the Season card was really good, and a flashback version of him in 20 I think would perform very well, especially if it gets a good pace boost. His non-informed card in Ultimate Team has pretty poor pace, so a much faster Fellaini I'm sure would be very welcome in plenty of squads in FIFA 20. Talking of players who could really do with a pace boost, next up we have Mamadou Sakho. This guy has 53 pace in FIFA 20, and yeah, because of that, it's rare you'll ever use him or come up against him in games. But if he had pace like his old Team of the Season card, I'm sure you would see Sakho in plenty of Ultimate Teams, especially if it had something like 80 pace like his old Team of the Season item. Balotelli has had some incredibly good cards in Ultimate Team over the years. He's actually had a couple of low rated items, but they've ended up being quite overpowered, and his high rated cards have always been pretty effective too. I can say with confidence, if Balotelli got a flashback card in FIFA 20, it would be incredibly popular, especially if it's anything like his blue card from FIFA 13. In FIFA 20, he's got a 4-star weak foot and 4-star skills, so a flashback item for Balotelli would be awesome because it would have good pace, good shooting, good dribbling, and physical. That card would be awesome. It would be really freaking good, so hopefully we get a flashback Balotelli at some point. Gustavo has been one of the go-to CDM options in Ultimate Team for quite a while now. I actually think his best card was his one in FIFA 13. It was an 81 rated non-rare, but it was so effective in game. It was overpowered. I know it seems weird to say for an 81 rated card, but it was. Gustavo's had a couple of Team of the Season cards in the past few FIFAs, and a throwback to one of them would be pretty cool to see. I think it's fair to say Christian Benteke has not hit the heights that was expected of him, especially after his time at Aston Villa. Since leaving them in 2015, he's only scored about 28 goals in about 120 appearances. Back when this guy was at Villa, he looked to have so much potential, which thus far really hasn't been met. In FIFA 13 and 14, Benteke had a really overpowered card, and yeah, he was just really effective in those years because his card suited the gameplay back then. His 72 rated silver card in FIFA 13 was brilliant in game, and at the end of FIFA 13, he got an 81 rated Team of the Season item. But don't let that rating fool you. If you didn't play FIFA 13, trust me when I say that card played much better than its overall rating suggests. Muriel has obviously always been a popular player in Ultimate Team due to his pace and lowish rating that made him cheap. He's had quite a few overpowered items over the years, and yeah, a flashback Muriel would be pretty cool to see. Obviously, he got a Team of the Season Moments card in FIFA 19, so he probably won't get a flashback card this year, but if he did, I'm sure it would be a pretty fun item. Now, we move on to this card. Now, I have to say, out of all of the flashback cards you're going to see in this video, this is the one I'd actually like to see happen the most. A flashback Arnautovic would be fantastic. Now, with this guy playing in the Chinese Super League, yeah, he would be hard to get into high-rated teams in Ultimate Team, but this card could potentially be an awesome super sub. It's probably worth mentioning that this guy does play regularly and has scored 4 goals in 5 games for his current club, so it is likely that he will pick up a few special cards throughout the year, and maybe even a Team of the Season card later in FIFA, but nonetheless, a flashback Arnautovic would be great to see, whether it's a striker or a wide attacking player. Since we got a flashback Walcott yesterday, I doubt we're going to see another flashback card from Everton anytime soon, but either way, even with that being said, a very special Coleman card in FIFA would be pretty good to see, and another good right back for the Premier League would obviously be pretty useful. Jermaine Defoe is still playing pretty regular football for Rangers in the SPL, and he's actually been banging in plenty of goals for them, so we may actually see quite a few Defoe special items in FIFA 20. However, with his base card not having too much pace, these items won't be too overly popular and they won't be used too much. A flashback Defoe in FIFA 20 would be very good to see though, since it would come with a massive pace boost, which will add on to his already impressive shooting stats. I've spoken about a few players in the CSL getting flashback cards already, and here's another one, Hamsik. This guy over the years has had some insane items in Ultimate Team. He's had informs, man of the match cards, team of the seasons, international man of the match cards, and last year he even got an end of era card. Maybe in FIFA 20 he'll add another special card type to his resume with a flashback item. Up next is James. James Rodriguez. He is awesome, well, was awesome in Ultimate Team in FIFA 14. His International Man of the Match card and Team of the Season card that year were absolutely ridiculous, and I would love a card that throws back to them years because they were just so effective in game. This guy's only got 55 pace in FIFA 20, so he's really not ideal for this gameplay, so a muchly upgraded version of him I think would be very popular, especially if he gets a decent pace boost. Former Man United midfielder Ander Herrera is on the next page, and as things stand, his playtime at PSG has been fairly limited, so his chances of getting a performance-based special card in Ultimate Team hasn't been too great, but maybe, just maybe, if he doesn't pick up any special cards throughout the year, he could be in line to get a throwback item at some point. The final player we're going to talk about in this video is Kagawa. A flashback Kagawa in FIFA 20 would be great to see. Let's talk about this guy, poor Shinji Kagawa. This guy, when he was at Dortmund, was on fire. He looked an absolute baller, full of confidence, and yeah, he was just really good for the German side. And then he went to Man United, and things just didn't go too well, and I think that's the politest way to put it. This guy is now playing his football in the 2nd division of Spain. Although this card would be an absolute nightmare for getting into teams in Ultimate Team, I would still love to see a flashback Kagawa in FIFA 20 because that card would be really effective off the bench. Kagawa's obviously had some amazing cards over the years in Ultimate Team, and maybe in FIFA 20 we get one last really good Kagawa item. So guys, there you have it. We've just spoken about a bunch of players who could potentially get a special flashback item at some point in FIFA 20 Ultimate Team. Now, in the comment section down below, I want to hear from you guys. If you could pick any player in FIFA 20 to get a flashback card, who would it be? Let me know in that comment section down there. I will reply to every single comment. Anyway, if you could leave a like rating on the video, that would be greatly appreciated, like I said at the start of the video. And if you're new to the channel, obviously do hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, as always, and as always, I will catch you in the next one.